Pretty good, you guys.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Reset after reset after reset. That's what this build is all about.
I need more time.
5 or 6.
I need more time. I need more time.
It's pretty
I need
nice.
more energy.
Hate how those mobs don't follow you.
I need more time.
Alright, all those mobs are dead.
I'm not ready yet. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I need more
Rotation for this build, I like to pull, get my combo points, shadow step in, put the mobs up, drop a trap, go into some resets, keep my combo points up, reposition with shadow step if I get knocked around. Use penetrating every time you have 3 combo points, and then keep the resets coming. Once they're low, you can just spam penetrating.
I'm not ready yet.
Things just die very, very, very quickly. Let's get box here.
I need more
You
time.
can even reset on a boss because of our attack speed.
I'm not ready yet.
If I was going for loot, I probably would finish that Kirk's run, but
I'm not ready yet.
I'm just in here to show you guys rotation. Honestly, I don't think Night Red Dungeons have a pretty good loot anyway.
I need more time.
It's all RNG, but I don't really ever get anything that I like.
I'm not ready yet.
Spot was other. Oh, it's a perfect spot for some resets.
I'm not ready yet.
Suppression now is looking really good for.
I need more time.
You can always back up, reposition, drop some combo things and penetrating. You get a little overwhelmed. Huh.
I need more time.
Need to find this.
I need more energy.
These mobs have me turn slow, which is
I need more time.
really annoying.
I'm not ready yet.
Only thing sacred drops, which is not what we need.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright, this should be the second one. Oh, another cursed chest.
I need more time. ready yet. I'm not ready yet.
Let me go ahead and slay the last one. I could probably sit there and infinitely reset on all those mobs. There's so many. I'm just gonna go ahead and get over with.
You've time to do that.
Get that boss very quickly.
10 quill rats, 3 rabbits, and are on the trail of
Let's
what
go
could
ahead
be
and stealth.
3 large bears. Some do not want to tempt fate by hunting such fearsome creatures. I say, when will we have this chance again?
I'm not ready yet.
I'm going as fast as I can. You're the one who said it didn't need a key.
Alright, let's clear the boss. I'll show you guys what this build does on boss
I'm
fights.
not ready yet.
Stack your combo points. Drop the traps. Do this in the shadow stack.
More time.
Keep the crit
I don't
up.
have enough energy.
Got 4 or 5 buff. Trap here. Trap reset.
I'm not ready yet.
Trap reset.
I'm not ready yet.
And he is bursted. That is with penetrating shot, you guys. So yeah, that is the build. That is the rotation. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I'm rocking with as far as gear. So we have right here cooldown reduction. That's very, very, very good. When I don't get those resets, for PvE intelligence, total armor, dex. We got damage reduction, damage with ranged weapon to boost my core damage skill with my bow. Damage reduction from close enemies, which is huge because sometimes you're standing close when you shadow step in or when you drop traps. You absolutely need that. 15% all damage, huge. Grasp of the Shadow. I really love this glove for my PvP build. It's decent in PvE as well. You definitely get by because it has a vulnerable damage. You can opt to build your own gloves with crit chance, but I really like these, so it is what it is. Really depends on you. Damage reduction on pants. Damage reduction from distant enemies. 45 dex, max life. Strength, movement, dex, dodge chance, and the important imprint is shadow step. Armor, imprint. Damaging vulnerable enemies summons another shadow clone, so it's like you have 2 ultimates. I have death trap and I have the shadow clone ultimate, even when I don't slot shadow clone ultimate. Damage elite gives me a barrier, that's really huge. When hit while not healthy, I get a magical bubble, pretty huge. Now, this is placeholder. It's Crowded Sage. It heals me per enemy around me. It's really good for now, especially with Trapper build. But eventually, I'm going to go for the 20% damage reduction on using basic skills. So my basic skills are going to give me more damage reduction. But I don't really always get that aspect. I only had one and I used it. So I need to farm another one. But that will likely replace this. Critical strike support skills increase your attack speed. This is very huge for this build so that you can go over the combo of puncture into penetrating shot faster. And then making enemy vulnerable has up to 46% chance to grant 3% increased critical strike chance, up to 9%. This is another huge, like, it's lucky, but when it hits hard. We have attacking enemies with basic skill increases damage every next core skill up to 6% up to 30%. This is huge, absolutely huge. Whenever penetrating shot deals 2 additional arrows split off. This isn't a max roll for this, but it's still pretty good. Still very good. Notice the stats on my weapons: crit skill damage or core skill damage, crit strike damage, vulnerable damage, dex. Damage, crit strike damage, dex. So the main 3 is crit strike damage, vulnerable damage, dex. And the third stat is just really dependent upon what you can get or what's necessary for your build. I like the all stats for my Paragon board, and here I like core skill damage. I do have another weapon that I might replace with core skill damage, but the main reason I have that all stats. Second, skills deal up to 38% increased damage based upon your available primary resource. Vulnerable damage, damage to enemies affected by trap. This is only good for my PvE trap build. That third that trait, damage to enemies affected by trap skills. Because in PvP, I'm actually using an imbuement now. I'll talk about that later. But this will be replaced once I get something better with more all like damage stats that affects all my skills instead of just my PvE build. Crit strike damage and dex, it's really good. Yeah, that is my gear, you guys. I'm rocking combo points obviously for the extra damage on 3 hits with puncture, permanent vulnerability on puncture. Really makes this build hit very hard. Let's go over the skills really quickly. Again, this is for PvE. Puncture, vulnerable, self-explanatory. Max penetrating shot goes to 8 because of my gloves. Shadow step. So this is actually, it increases your critical strike chance, which is really good. Honestly, you could take these out for PvE, and you could even go into more poison damage or more attack speed. It's really up to you. I have this like this for PvP, so that's why, you know, I have points into the stun, but otherwise you just want to use Shadow Step rank 1. Shadow Step rank 1 with my boots and its aspect, it makes you unstoppable, so if you ever get knocked down or CC'd, you can just use Shadow Step to reposition. And then you can also conceal in order to reposition and become unstoppable. Mastery 3, concealment, agile for the dodge chance, poison trap, obviously max rank, exploit, malice. So keep in mind I'm also using trap mastery because this is for my PvE trap build. For PvP build, it's gonna change. Innervation for the extra energy, death trap, aftermath for the energy, adrenaline rush for the energy, and then haste for the movement speed, majority, and attack speed when I get low. Works really well because if I get attack speed because I'm low energy, I can use puncture, so I have increased attack speed while maintaining a low amount of energy. It's really good. And again, for PvE, I'm rocking exposure. This is my Paragon board, you guys. I'm just gonna touch on some topics. I'm not gonna go over every single freaking node. This thing is huge, okay? So the basics of why I have efficacy is the damage, the armor, the dex. It increases these rare nodes. Moving on, I have more rare nodes of max life and knowledge. This is giving me critical strike damage with core skills, and core skills grant energy. And this paired really well with penetrating shot. No witnesses for my ultimate damage. Marksman skill damage. Obviously, I'm using a main DPS marksman skill, so my core skill is my marksman skill. I'm getting as much damage bonus on the skill as possible. Okay. And then again, I have exploit weaknesses. When you deal damage to a vulnerable enemy, they take increased damage. Vulnerable damage again from exploit. It's really good to be using exploit as much as possible. And then I have brawler, damage to close enemies, because if someone comes close to me, I want to shred them. If you're a melee character, I want to shred you. And then I get damage reduction from close enemies. This works in PvE as well as PvP. Keep in mind, I'm using the same Paragon board. So all this damage reduction allows you to face tank mobs as well as face tank PvP players. But we're gonna come back to the PvP part. Again, I'm rocking a shit ton of armor as much as I can, keeping my DR high. Damage to elites and extra armor. You know, it can never hurt with extra damage to elites. Critical strike damage, physical damage. This is huge, you guys. This is freaking huge, man. Absolutely huge. You can never have enough critical strike damage. It's just self-explanatory. And then I have core skill damage on the rare node in last board. But I'm gonna put this this Paragon board updated in my build guide. Put it in the description for you guys, as well as the glyphs. So be looking for that. Okay, that is my Paragon board. That are my skills, specialization. That is my armor. Okay, you guys. Now, that is my PvE build. You saw how it performed in PvE. Now, for my PvP build, this is what I will change. Take these out of Poison Trap. You put it in a Poison Imbuement. And then you go into Blended Poison Imbuement for the extra poisoning damage. Because poison is basically grievous wounds, whereas it stops people from healing. It's huge. It's huge in PvP because a lot of people have a lot of regen. You stop them from healing, they're gonna die. You take off Death Trap and you go with Shadow Clone. Okay, you go with Shadow Clone for the extra burst and also for the Unstoppable. Rogue is one of the only classes that doesn't have an Unstoppable buff. We have Unstoppable skills that can get us out of a CC. Now, once an opponent gets low and they're half, they're running, that's when you pop your Shadow Clone and you go for the finish because you'll have burst damage and you'll be unstoppable. They can't CC you and stop themselves from dying. And that is how you play PvP Rogue. Now, obviously, you would take out the Trap Mastery. And what I would do if I take out Trap Mastery, I'm going to put max into poisoning damage. And you can either put 1 into poison enemies deal less damage so that you have more DR, or you can gain attack speed. But 1% attack speed is not that good. You can even go in a crit. It really depends on you. I think the highest percentage is the poison enemies deal less damage. So I'll go with that. But if you want extra damage or extra crit, you go with precision imbuement, right? One thing I would like to note, when you change to PvP spec, you get poison imbuement, shadow clone, poison damage. Make sure you get precision for that extra crit. We just hop into the PvP zone. See if anyone's here. Oh, looks like somebody's turning where I just came from.
I need more time.
That's one shot on him. Poison. Pop my ultimate. And I shot him in the back. Had too much DR, he couldn't really burst me. That was a double kill. That's pretty much how you play the build. You drop some poison when they get low, you drop your ultimate so they can't burst you, and you can burst them. Didn't even use my full CC rotation. But that's 13k shards. I'm gonna go to the north here and turn in.
Time to do that. I'm not ready yet.
There he is.
I need more time.
Go ahead and drop my ultimate so he can't succeed me. Like he's running.
I'm not ready yet.
He's dying from the poison. Ritual completed, he ran. Poison, stealth, reposition. Got him.
I'm not ready yet.
Twisting blades down. That's how you play this build, you guys. You drop some poison, you stealth, you reposition, you find an opening. Hopefully you can stun them, burst them out. But yeah, if you guys like the build, you like the video, definitely don't be afraid to drop a like, comment, subscribe. Definitely appreciate you guys for being here. Peace and love, you guys.